Why am I changing this painting? Well, because I feel that although I like it and it's very, to me it's pretty and it reflects the refined elegance of a delicate bouquet of roses, it might not be what other people are looking for in a bouquet of roses. And so I think perhaps it just needs a splash of a different contrasting color like mauve. So I'm going to add some mauve roses. And I'm going to do that by changing the color of some of the peach roses, maybe adding 1 or 2 extra roses, but I don't want to add too many because it will enlarge the bouquet too much. I don't want to do that. So welcome to Graceful Artisans. If you've been here before, if you haven't, I'm glad you've decided to watch my video. Please stay and watch to the end, and please go to my channel for the full video. Because the short only shows a part of what I'm doing. So first I'm just laying down the color, the background and the deeper, darker colors of the mauve rose with some violet gray. I need to get some more on my brush. So the violet rose is going to become the center of the painting, of the bouquet, and I'm going to make another deeper violet over here, just using the grey over the inner parts of the rose, because these petals are sort of folded around the rose. And then I'll add a second color, more of a magenta color for the inner parts. I've decided to do only 3 violet roses. I think that's enough to change up the color of this palette. And so here I'm adding the quinacridone rose to the center of the rose. The color is quinacridone rose, and it really is a pretty color. It makes such a difference to so many flowers. So this will just be the cup of the rose around here. So the gaze of the rose will be kind of looking that way. And then I'm going to add the quinacridone rose in between these petals here. I'm just using the side of the filbert brush. And once I have the colors down, I will go over them with some white, and so that will lighten up the violet just where I want it to be lightened. And I think that'll make a pretty combination. And then I'm going to add a small dark wood coffee table, a round wooden coffee table around the vase. So here you can see I've used the side of this filbert brush with a little white just to do the center part of this rose. And now I'm going to lighten these petals here, bringing them down like that. And this will change up the painting considerably and maybe brighten it up and make it more sort of the kind of painting other people might like to look at. I mean, I do like it, definitely. There's no doubt that I love all colour, and there's a place for bright colours and a place for light colours. But I've noticed that people seem to, or viewers seem to, prefer my bright paintings, like my red roses, get a lot of views, rather than the paler paintings. So one has to bear in mind what people are looking for. Anyway, so that's how I'll proceed. So what do you think? Do you like this change in the color combination? Do you think it adds some nice pretty contrast to the painting? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please let me know in the comments. And for the full video, please go to my channel. You can only see so much on the shorts It certainly won't take you through all the steps on the shorts. So that's for the roses, and now I'm going to add the table, mixing some burnt umber with a little orange if I still have it, otherwise I'll mix it with some red. So I'm going to just do a little circle around the table, like that, around the vase, like that. And then I'll add the colour. It's kind of a polished wood table. I might leave it bare, or I might add a cloth over it. I'm not sure. First I have to let the wooden paint, the wooden colour dry, and then decide if I like it or not. And I'm not going to make stripes of wood, or planks of wood, panels of wood. I'm just doing it kind of, don't want to ruin my vase. I'm just getting the paint on so that it's dark and contrasting again. And also I've wondered if I shouldn't change part of the background colour. I'm not sure. Maybe it's too much peach all around. Now I'm going to have to put the phone down. I need to pick up the canvas because I can't see the side of the vase. Violet roses are a hybrid rose, and I think they are very pretty, like all roses. I guess it's just the petal shape, and because whatever colour they are, all roses are beautiful to me. So that was the easy part. Then adding the table was slightly more difficult, more challenging because of my vision, trying to actually make sure that it's a round table and that it is slightly off center, but it's not, making sure that the edges were smooth, I found very difficult. I can't see. So I picked it up, put it on my lap, and that seemed to make it even worse. I realized I had to cover the vase because the vase is standing on top of the wood and you're seeing the wood through the glass. So first I have to let that brown settle and then do the vase over the wood again. So I'll have to wait for that to dry, and then I'll come back and do that. In the meantime, I'm thinking, should I change this part of the background from about there and make that mauve, or just the lower half mauve, or leave it as it is? So I'm thinking about that, and I guess I'll first let the paint of the table settle and the colour of the vase change, and then I'll decide whether to change the background or not. Again, let me know what you think. What would you do if this was your painting? I made the base of the vase thicker. I'm making this the actual base smaller and then the sides more white, so that the white went all around, so showing the thickness of the glass all around the base. And then blending a bit of the white from those stripes into the brown of the background, and then I'll be able to pull the green down into the white stripes, and the background colour of the table will show through in between. So I think that gives a better effect. And now I also realised I really don't like this raw umber or burnt umber background. It's too dark for this painting. It just doesn't, it's just not harmonious. So I'm adding some burnt sienna. Now where is it? Oh, there it is. So, which is slightly reddish, and I think I'll add it in stripes. So as to give a softer effect. Kind of wooden table, two-toned. And I can't really see now in this light because it's I'm working in electric light. It's very dark here now, even during the day. But from what I can see on the camera, it's definitely looking better. It was just too hard. So I don't know if my stripes will match on that side, but I don't think that's really important. I don't think anyone will notice that. And like I said, the table's not exactly straight because it's off center. And so I smudged there a bit, and I'll have to pick it up now and try and refine it.